Gracias, Eduardo. Buenos días.
Thank you, Eduardo. Good morning.
Institute, we are so proud to be here and welcoming you to this incredible event, the rebirth of liberty in Argentina and beyond. One of the men who built the Cato Institute, David Bose, passed away last Friday after more than 43 years of service to the Institute and its mission to advance liberty. In remembering David, we recalled his words that pushed back strongly on the unfortunate myth that somehow the world has become too complicated to be trusted to the voluntary action of free human beings. David said, "The simple, timeless principles of individual liberty, limited government, and free markets are even more powerful and more important in our world of instant communication, global markets, and unprecedented access to information than the people who created the classical liberal tradition could ever have imagined. Libertarianism is not just a framework for utopia. It is the indispensable framework for the future." It's so heartening to us that the people of Argentina are seeking to make these principles of individual liberty, limited government, and free markets the indispensable framework for their future. Throughout our lives, we have learned all too well that we will often be let down by politicians and political processes. So at Cato, we never put our faith in them. We put our faith in the ideas of liberalism, because we know just as strongly that the ideas, principles, and values of individual liberty, limited government, and free markets will never let us down. I'm very excited that Libertad y Progreso and our friend Agustín Etchebarne and our team at Cato have together assembled this conference's incredible roster of speakers. They will make the case again that these principles are indeed the indispensable framework for our future, and that these ideas and values will not let us down. I hope the message of this conference will be heard in Argentina, in the United States, and indeed around the world. The history of Argentina shows that the potential of the country and its people is vast. Our speakers today and tomorrow will reinforce the idea that liberty is the path for unlocking this potential. And I hope their message encourages the country's current leadership to persist in its efforts to roll back the state and unlock freedom. I hope the example of Argentina's more recent history and the message of our conference will provide a cautionary tale to the United States, that the burgeoning administrative and regulatory state, that ever-increasing government intervention, cronyism, and a fully discretionary monetary system threaten our economic well-being, our country's vitality, our freedom, and indeed our future. And finally, I hope that this conference reinforces to the world the message that President Milei delivered in Davos, that, as David Bose said, liberalism and freedom are the indispensable framework for the future, a future of a prosperous and peaceful world. I'd like to yield the floor to our friend, Agustín Etchebarne.
Buenos días.
Good morning, everyone. Today, I'd like to welcome you, but above all, I'd like to show my enthusiasm and tell you why I'm so enthusiastic, what I believe is happening in this historical time in Argentina. This event is thanks to our friends from Cato. There is a wonderful team in Cato with whom we have worked. In the US, some of them were here this week helping us organize this event. But if we understand why you are here, then we will understand why I believe this is a historical moment. Argentina is at a turning point. After 80 or 100 years of decadence, the Argentine people decided to elect a libertarian president, Javier Milei. And just that is showing a huge change. In these 6 months in his term of office, the president has managed to put a stop to hyperinflation, which went from 25% to 4.3% for May. And this has had a strong effect on the reduction of fiscal deficit, which went down to zero, from 6% to 0% in just 5 months. And this has significantly improved the central bank. But this is just the beginning. Argentina has to do many reforms that will be substantial. We are discussing in Congress, at the Senate, a fundamental law, the omnibus law, is being discussed. This is going to imply the principle of the big reforms that Argentina requires. I trust that this will be passed, and this is going to be very good for Argentina at large and to those who are present here who have traveled many kilometers to arrive here, because they see that in Argentina there may be an important turning point implying a change that will recover freedom. We all know that Argentina has had 70 years of freedom and liberty, which put us first in the world, but then we lost our roadmap. And now it is the time for us to change, to see a real change in institutions, in the market, the institutions of liberty. The president keeps repeating and gives a message, not just for Argentina, but for the whole of Latin America and the world, of the importance of the principles of defending life, liberty, and the fruit of our work, defending that the fruit of our work is private property. These concepts have to be part of our constitutions. They have to be reflected on our laws. And once we have that, Argentina's potential will unleash, and we have an amazing potential. We share the Andes with our Chilean neighbors who have shown us this 40 years ago, with principles based on liberty, with a mining law that returned property rights to people. And now, to give you just an example, Chile is the first world exporter of minerals. On the Andes, in our textbooks, we say that we all learn that it is divided by the heights that divide the waters. It is the Andes themselves. So the potential we can have is extraordinary. Chile is exporting $60 billion per annum from these Andes for these minerals. And not only that, we have Vaca Muerta and many other opportunities provided by knowledge economy and artificial intelligence. We are going to discuss that in these 2 days, and I hope you will enjoy this opportunity of listening to these brilliant minds and having conversations about these topics. And I hope we will deploy our creativity and the possibility of generating new investments and new business for an Argentina that can make a big difference, not just for Argentina, but for Latin America and other countries in the world. So thank you very much. Welcome. Enjoy these 2 days. Participate as much as you can, and see you soon.
Gracias, Agustín. No olvidé que ahora viene, por supuesto.
Thank you, Agustín. Now we will give the floor to Ian Vásquez from the Cato Institute.
Buenos días, yo soy Ian Vásquez, vicepresidente.
Hello, my name is Ian Vásquez, Vice President of International Studies in Cato Institute, and it is a real pleasure for us to come back to Argentina and organize this big event with Libertad y Progreso. Both the Institute and several of the academics in our institute have a long-lasting relationship with Argentina. I came to Argentina for the first time to spend some months in 1989 during hyperinflation. Since then, I have come to Argentina several times. I am one of those who can verify that Argentina is a country where if you go out traveling for 20 days, when you're back, everything will have changed. But then if you leave for 20 years, nothing will have changed. This is a historical moment for Argentina, and we hope that this time is going to be different. We are here together with the most renowned liberals of Argentina and the world to support the ideas and values of liberty that represent the best road for coexistence and progress. We are here because we want Argentina to be successful, and because we believe that a free, successful Argentina can be the example, can lead the rest of the world at a time when so many countries are taking their roads in the other direction. What is at stake in Argentina is big, and we hope these days will serve the cause of freedom in Argentina and beyond. Thank you and welcome once again.